guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am gonna be talking about Wicked. I am very excited about this. I will try to make this review as spoiler free as possible, but also I want to concise it as much as I can, just because it is I think it was like 3 hours long movie, which is like huge. It was a very long movie, I want to say that, but I also want to say that I just wanna give you guys my opinion about, is it good, is it bad, why do I recommend it, why do I not recommend it, is it annoying, is it not annoying, whatever. I'm gonna tell you all about it in this review, so stay tuned for that. And before I start, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more videos soon. I am, as I've been telling you guys in other videos, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Marcia. I'll try to be on top of the game of reactions for movies and series, and also I try to review them. I try to give you my opinions about them. I try to make these videos a place for you guys to just chill and hear me out, and we can talk about anything. You can comment down below what are your favorite movies of the year. I will be doing a video about my favorite movies and series of the year. I have a ton of things to say about that. I am very sad about some of them, but that's the reason I do this kind of video, so stay tuned for that video in particular. And well, yeah, I'm gonna start by saying something which is, I think, very important. One, it's the audio. I am using a microphone that I found on Amazon. There it is. I don't know if it's good. Hopefully it's good, because it's the first time I'm using it, so hope you guys like it. I know it's very trending on TikTok and stuff to having a microphone and talking on the microphone, so I'm trying to do it as good as I can. I wanted the microphone to be here, but I don't know if the audio is gonna be good, so I am playing very good about, you know, doing new things this year. So this is my new thing this year, so hope it's okay. But also I want to say that I'm gonna start by saying some things about Wicked. So I was doing memory when I was, you know, watching the movie. When was the first time that I got, like, you know, introduced to Wicked? And I think the first time was when I was little, back in 2010, 2013. I remember hearing it with my sister and my father. I remember liking it. I remember searching it on YouTube. I know there's some clips of the original cast performing on YouTube. I searched for that. I found it. Is it good to record on a Broadway musical? No, you shouldn't record it. But someone did and uploaded it to YouTube, so that's how I knew about the story. But I didn't went so in depth into the story, actually. So many things that happened in this movie I was not aware of. So I was just singing the songs and I knowing all the lyrics, but I didn't know some of the songs what were they about. And before I went into the movie, now that I'm an adult and that I wanted to search more about the movie and the story, I got really in depth of the story. And you know, Wicked is based on a book. I don't remember when it was published, but I do remember that I think it's the first movie that used Technicolor was The Wizard of Oz back in the day. I think it was back in 1920s, but I can't remember if it was 1920s, 1930s. I will try to put the actual date of The Wizard of Oz here, but I don't remember when was the book of Wicked, you know, basically shared to the world. So Wicked basically is the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. If you didn't know that, now you know. Prequel means before the actual things that happened before The Wizard of Oz. And I really was, you know, searching for the story, and it is a very dark story. I didn't know this, but it is very dark, and I am glad that the musical is not that dark. But I like dark stories, but like this is another level of dark. So if you want to search for that and read it, go and check it out. But if you are like under 18, I shouldn't recommend it. But either way, so I got into the story. I understood more about Elphaba and Glinda. Elphaba being Cynthia Erivo and Glinda being Ariana Grande. So they are the protagonists of this story, and we know that Cynthia Erivo, she's a very good singer, and Ariana Grande as well. So it's really interesting to see them, you know, portray these incredible, you know, characters that I admire a lot. And I always get confused by who is the Wicked Witch of the West. I think Elphaba is the Wicked Witch of the West, and Nessa Rose is the Wicked Witch of the East. Is it? So Nessa Rose is the sister of Elphaba. So I'm not gonna go into the depth of the story because you can go and Google it or ChatGPT it. But basically, I'm gonna start by saying the cinematography of the movie really gets you into the story a lot since the very beginning. But in the very beginning, you should check it out really clearly, because at the very beginning we see you know, Dorothy with all the characters of the Wizard of Oz going into the yellow brick road and going into the Emerald City, which is the place where they meet the wizard, and who is played by the famously and very peculiar Jeff Goldblum. Sorry if I am not pronouncing the last names or the names right. I'm from Mexico, some names are very difficult to pronounce, but either way. So they go into this incredible yellow brick road. That is a very difficult thing to say, really out loud and very fast. But either way, they are going into that, and we see, like, basically it's really interesting because we see like where Dorothy starts, or where the Wizard of Oz starts. We see them in the beginning of Wicked, so that is very interesting. And we see Glinda, you know, coming into this the Munchkin Land, which is, you know, basically the place where Dorothy comes, and where the house, after the tornado, you know, falls the house and kills the witch, which, by the way, it's the sister of Elphaba. Spoiler alert! But now we know some things that we didn't see in this movie, which that doesn't appear in this movie, is gonna appear on the next movie. And in my particular opinion, Wicked Part 1 is just like the very beginning, because Part 2 is very intense. And in Part 2 we can see the relation between the Wizard of Oz and Wicked, right? So I'm very excited more for Part 2 than I was excited for Part 1. So I'm just gonna say that. But either way, so it's very nice because we see Ariana Grande, you know, singing this incredible song and these very high notes that I know she can do it, and of course she did. But it is a very difficult role for someone to play Glinda, because Glinda is a soprano, but she has like an operatic voice. So I was very like nervous that Ariana was too poppy, or like, you know, she does pop music, so I was very nervous about it, but she nailed it. I really liked the costume. They are like the costumes and the makeup and the cinematography and the atmospheric thing. They are all incredibly well done. I hope they get nominated for an Oscar, because they really did a great job regarding that. The makeup of Ariana is really very pure and very pink, but very clean, which I really liked. I really liked the tiara and the wand and everything. But it's really interesting because at the beginning, when we see Wizard of Oz, I personally thought that Glinda had powers. But in this one, we see that she is really not very good with powers. Some people say that she has powers, while some people say that she doesn't. So I don't know which is the right like opinion. So I'm just gonna leave it over there. If you know, please comment down below. But I think she does have power, but she doesn't know how to use it. That's why she's studying sorcery. So basically, I'm getting ahead of myself. So basically, I really liked how they presented Glinda, how they did all the song at the beginning and stuff. And either way, we move forward with the story, and we see Elphaba coming into Shiz, which is like basically the place where they met, which is a school. I think it's high school or something, and they're studying wizarding. They're studying sorcery or something, and it's really interesting because we see that the animals and the humans interacted really well before the wonderful wizard came, and that is something that I really want to point out. I think this story really says a lot about how humans treat others. It doesn't matter if you're an animal or a person. So for me, it was really hard to watch how the animals were mistreated, because there's some animals that were like very mistreated, and it's sad. It's very sad. So I really liked how they portrayed that. It was not very graphic, but it was there. And it is sad. I really want to know just why did the wizard did that instead of, you know, having everything at peace. So I really want to point out that we see the wizard very little, so I really want to know more about the wizard and why did he did the things that he has been doing, because Wicked is a very political, also very political movie or musical, because the wizard is not someone who is a good guy. And also we see a teacher that Glinda really likes and wants, her to, give her a very particularly good class, which is sorcery, I think, or something, which is Madame Morrible, played by Michelle Yeoh. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. So she did an amazing job. She looks incredible. And I didn't know that she was a bad person, but she is. She's a bad person, and she has a lot of connections with the wizard, which is very interesting. And after that, Glinda wants to be, this sorcerer or this witch that has great power and has like power to do good, because Glinda, I'm just gonna say, she is good in a way, because she bullies Elphaba, and it's really interesting the interaction between that interaction they have at the beginning, because they hate each other, and it's really interesting. And I really liked Cynthia Erivo's take on Elphaba, because I could see on her eyes like the agony, because many people really didn't like her because she was green, and her father didn't like her because she came green from her mother, and she actually, which by the way, her mother drank some milk of I don't know what, which caused her sister Nessarose to be on a wheelchair and actually killed her mother, but her father thought it was her because they were afraid that her sister will be green as well. So either way, Elphaba, she came to birth, and she had powers since the very beginning, and she had powers for a reason, and I'm gonna say the reason right now. Spoiler, Elphaba is the daughter of the wonderful Wizard of Oz, and her mother is actually from Oz, so I think that's the reason why she has powers, because of that interaction, right? And that they had. And then after that, they meet you know, Buck, which is Ethan Slater, who is the boyfriend of Ariana Grande in real life. And Buck is really obsessed with Glinda, and then they meet Jonathan Bailey's character, which is Fiyero, which I personally didn't like his character. I think he's really like whatever. In my opinion, he was like very annoying. I didn't like him at all. And I didn't empathize with him or any other character, to be honest. I think that the movie really gave Ariana and Cynthia a very good protagonism, but the evolution of the characters of the other parts of, you know, the story, not so much. I don't know if they're gonna go more in depth in the second part, but this part was 0 out of 10. To be honest, with the other characters, I didn't empathize with anybody, rather than with Elphaba mostly, and Glinda some parts. Like Ariana is a very funny person. I think she has like a very good acting regarding that, but she was annoying in some parts. I don't know. And also I want to say something about the songs. I really liked the songs. I'm a fan of Wicked, so I was expecting it to be a musical a lot. And you know, the director, which is basically John M. Chu, who has directed In the Heights. If you haven't watched In the Heights, there is In the Heights, the musical, and I really like the movie. He also directed Crazy Stupid Asians, I think, which is one of my favorite movies, honestly. He has very good like direction, but honestly I was thinking like, how are they gonna do a musical and not bore people that are not into musicals? And I have to be honest, this movie is not for people that don't like musicals, because the songs are everywhere. Every single sentence they say, they sing. And that is kind of like, for me it was not annoying because I knew that, but for people that I know had been telling me that they were really annoyed by it. So I wouldn't recommend this movie because it is really annoying for people who don't like musicals. Honestly, I have to be honest. That's the thing that I will say. It's not for everybody. And also, you know, the movie was very long, like very long, and I was very surprised by the movies. Like how are they gonna do? Like, how do they do the musical? Like, it is very long. Like, I don't know. Like, it is so long, and I was like getting really tired at some point. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is so slow. Like, why is it so slow? But at the end, I really liked Defying Gravity, which is my favorite song from the part 1. I cried a little bit because I remember when I was little and, you know, hearing Defying Gravity, and how Cynthia Erivo sings the song is very different from the original production. And spoiler, we see the original cast, and I really liked that they are part of the story and that they gave them their like small but very effective parts. What else? I really like the choreography. The choreography that they did was very funny. And on Emerald City, like the song of Emerald City was very funny because there were some moves that were like kind of very weird but very crazy and very fun. And regarding something else, no, I don't think I have anything else to say rather than I am excited for part 2, but I would recommend you check out like a review before watching it, like a review of what is gonna happen with the characters, and if, you know, because I didn't remember, like that's the thing, I didn't remember about the characters, like how are they gonna be intertwining with the Wizard of Oz and everything like that. But I gave on my post that I did on Instagram, which by the way, if you haven't followed me on my Instagram, go and check it out. I gave this movie an 8 out of 10 just because it was extremely long. and it was kind of annoying in some parts, I have to be honest. And I didn't like to think about the characters. It was not a very good development of characters, to be honest. But either way, I think those are my opinions. What do you think? What did you like it? Did you not like it? If you liked it, tell me down below. If you didn't like it, why did you didn't like it? Because honestly, we were bombarded by so many promotions of this movie that I got truly angry with Instagram and TikTok and everything, and every single place where I went to shopping, because like Wicked, and I was just like, okay, we get it, but that's enough. I felt like I was like living on the Barbie land again. Like, it was insane. I loved it, but there is an enough part, and I think that was enough. But I understand there's a lot of marketing and promotion going on with this, and Universal did an amazing job with it. But hopefully second part is gonna be even, better. It's gonna be premiered on November 2025, so next year. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for my reactions to the trailers and my reactions to many more trailers and of series and movies and everything. And please let me know if you want to see a reaction or of any movie or series or a review. I have watched many series. I have watched The Penguin, for example. I love that series, but I will be talking about my favorite things on my next video regarding my favorite series and movies. And so also I'm gonna share with you like the series and movies that I didn't like. But either way, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon on my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.